What's up, y'all? Got a lot to cover here at the beginning of this is week 18, finishing up with PULLFEST. So we got a lot to talk about, and this video is not super long. So beginning of the week, traveling back from New Mexico in the airport, carrying the bag on one shoulder, kind of tweaked that like rib out feeling on one side. So then Monday, all I did was walk. I walked for over an hour. Tuesday, ended up getting in the firehouse and had a pretty good day. Really over the 3 days there, really attacked the MIG back with lacrosse ball and a lot of movement, mobility drills. Got to feeling pretty good. And then Tuesday training, I did kind of a double day at the firehouse. It worked out. Did some front squats, which felt better than back squats, honestly, with the bar on my back versus some front squats, some overhead, and this, that, and the other random stuff. Felt really good and pushed the Nordics really heavy. That was a difference. 4x4 on the Nordic or the revert or the inverse curl. So we get into Wednesday, had the approach jumps, solid per hour sprints. Then I jumped into the taking it from the, I've been doing little stuff similar to this, but I'm going to keep progressing it more. And this is the odd lift du jour, taking that from Tom Havland. I love that terminology of it, but did the Husafell stone. Then I don't remember the exact order of the videos, maybe I think a little off, but had behind the neck jerks and block snatches. So didn't push these, the jerks super heavy. I just haven't had anything overhead very heavy in a while. Haven't been doing heavy jerks, haven't been doing clean and jerks, haven't been doing super heavy push presses. This is my block snatch height I've been working at, and worked up from 80 to 100 kilos. Just kind of was like kind of the end of that block snatch phase. So kind of wanted to kind of work my way up as it felt right. And I'm pretty happy, especially if at the beginning of this week, he said I'd be snatching 4 days in, hitting triples. Here's the 100 kilos. Pretty happy with this off the blocks. I know I could do more, and I'm only doing powers, and I know I could do fulls, which would therefore build my powers up, but we're not doing it. Then hit Anderson squats. I think I only have the down sets in here, so changed up the load this day, a little lighter load, but added some chain, just to kind of take a little stress off the bottom, which is where I felt that groin the most. Obviously, no hands on the safety squat bar. So it pushes me a little more forward. So I ended up doing, I think it was like 5 total sets, and I think I did it all at this weight just because it was one of those, like, let's not add stress if we don't have to the groin. Thursday had some BS upper body work, and then we're going to get into Friday the 10th. And actually, I got to give a shout out to Mike Beach's throwing journal, heavy light throwing journal. As you're seeing the behind that jerk, see this is out of the videos, out of order here. This is still on Wednesday, but I've been using it to track some of my practices. And on this Friday, it had been a long night at the firehouse, and I got to a day where it was just like, man, I literally wrote down the notes. Goals, what am I working on? I put just throw, find motivation. And then I said PR on something different. I called my brother, and I couldn't get myself to just be motivated. I was at the gym for like 2 hours before I started this Friday. I threw wob before my weights, and I just ended up not wanting to throw weights. I was just blah. It was very blah, tired, exhausted, wore out. Just the week, the week drug on with the mid back stuff, and wob went okay. And I can't remember exact heights. I didn't write down. I took 11 throws in wob, and then I ended up PRing and stuff I never do is what I tried to do. So I threw the 49 for throws, and here's actually with the wob. Getting back, first time throwing wob after New Mexico, I practiced something I took away from my teammate Christine Rothwell. So if you do follow the YouTube videos, you saw Danny Autry has mentioned Christine Rothwell recently, and now I am mentioning Christine. So she's a great thrower. She throws her wob, or she was trying it sideways here to the bar. I'm gonna go away from it. I think it would potentially work better with the 28 and the 56. I suck at wob, let's be real. But on this day, I ended up and I wrote down notes, like something's better than nothing. I got out and practiced. I threw the 49 and I threw the lightweight short chain, which I never do, and it felt weird. But the way I look at it is I was throwing something with intent. So here's some of the 49 throws, and I don't know if I hit like a big PR. The goal was I hadn't thrown it this year, or I hadn't really tracked it or tried very hard with the 49 this year. So that was the idea behind that. Ended up throwing okay decent when I looked at like comparatively to like my historical throws. It was definitely not an all-time PR, but I think it was last year I pushed it towards the end of the year. So maybe later in this year, if I start pushing the speed in this, because I threw the 56 less to maybe cause a little less fatigue. And then the lightweight, the short chain, I've never really thrown short chain lightweight. It was very weird. It's something where you're definitely going to have to go faster, but it was also for me going through the motions, hitting technical positions and trying to feel things. So give or take, you know, I got out and got something done. I didn't do any really lifting that day. It was just the jumps and the sprints around Wob, and oh, you didn't see jumps and sprints. So once again, prowler sprints. But we'll get into the 11th. I don't have a lot of footage. I have like 2 quick clips in there. We had a grip event. We had a grip arm lifting USA seminar. So we tested out the Saxon bar, the hub, and the 2-inch country crush. And I did really well on those. And then I moved into, because we had PULLFEST at the gym, I hit wagon wheel deadlift. So I wanted to deadlift, but I didn't want to go from the floor because it pisses the groin off. So a 4-inch block, I worked up to 573, which way surpassed anything I would ever expect myself to hit because I haven't pulled heavy. The groin's been pissy. Did that, then worked down, did 1 set of 25 of back squats, and that was at 357 in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So it was like 15, 6, 3, and 3 or something like that. And I do them to a box, and then I hit some accessory work. But video is about finishing up. If you guys are not subscribed already and you watch this long, please go subscribe. So that way you get notification of when, actually I think you have to hit the little bell of when the new videos pop up. I am very close, and we're in May here trying to catch up to June. I'm about 4 weeks behind, but there's a couple that don't have a lot coming up. So hopefully between the next day or 2, we're actually finally gonna catch up. I'm gonna post a bunch of videos back to back to back just because I love you guys. So you guys kind of can follow along with what I've been doing. And if you know, I've got some great feedback from some more and more people, which is awesome, of, hey, I love your videos. And here comes the deadlifts. I don't know what this one is. It's a 520 and a 570. That's wrapping it up. Give this a thumbs up if you watch this.
Yeah.
See y'all next one.